Matthew 23 and 5. Mashak Abishai is cutting into the Pharisees and the scribes. But let's read this.
Matthew chapter 23 verse 5. But all their works they do for to be seen of men.
So they're doing works to be seen of men. They want to be seen, right?
They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments.
Yeah.
And love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogue, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi.
They like to be called Rabbi, Rabbi. This is very important here because that's what's happening right now, right?
But be ye not called Rabbi.
So isn't the Jewish leaders call themselves rabbi? They call themselves, he said, be ye not called rabbi, read.
For one is your master.
For one is your master, read.
Even Hamashiach.
Even Hamashiach, read.
And all ye are brethren.
Talking to the children of Israel. That's the brethren he's talking about. Read.
And call no man your father upon the earth. For one is your Father which is in heaven.
Don't call no man your father upon the earth. For one is your Father which is in heaven, read.
Neither ye be called masters, for one is your master, even Hamashiach.
Even Hamashiach Yahushua is your master, read.
But he that is greatest among ye shall be your servant.
So he that is greatest among you shall be serving the people. Shall be your servant. A servant, read.
And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased.
Whoever want to exalt themselves, they're going to be brought down. That's why I got to hear what he's saying. You want to be exalted in this world, you're going to be brought down, read.
And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
So it's about humility. You humble yourself, you're going to be exalted. Read.
But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
Destruction unto you, scribes and Pharisees, he's saying, read.
Hypocrites.
Hypocrites, he hollering at them. Hypocrites, read.
For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
You shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. They can't come in because you done shut it up. You determining who can come in and who can't come in. Read.
For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
Hear that? He's cutting them. He said, you ain't going into the kingdom of heaven, which is within us. And you don't allow nobody else to realize they're the kingdom of heaven, to be able to bring forth the fruits meet for repentance, man. Read.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayers. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation.
Cutting them. Read.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites!
Over and over again. Destruction unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. Read.
For you compass sea and land to make Rome proselyte. And when he is made, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourself.
Wow. With one person fall into your little grips, you make him more the child of hell than yourselves, read. They know they're going to be cast into the lake of fire. Woe is destruction, read.
Woe unto you, ye blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing. But whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. You fools and blind, for whether is greater the gold, or the temple that sanctifieth the gold? And whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing, but whosoever swear by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater the gift, or the altar that sanctifieth the gift? Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar, swear by it, and by all things thereon. And whoso shall swear by the temple, sweareth by it, and by him that dwelleth therein. And he that shall swear by heaven, sweareth by the throne of the Most High, and by him that sitteth thereon.
That's right. Go ahead.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites!
Destruction unto you, scribes and Pharisees, you a bunch of hypocrites, read.
For ye pay tithe of mint, and anise, and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith.
See? They paid tithes, let them know we still were paying tithes. A lot of people say we have to pay tithes. They still were paying tithes of mint and anise and cumin and have omitted the weightier matters of the law: judgment, a righteous judgment, mercy. You know, a lot of people don't want to give people mercy. They're wrong and you just condemn them. Or it might be something that's not even valid to hate your brother or your sister, and you hold on to this forever and ever and ever. And when you in that line, with the Mashiach making that judgment, and it's your turn, he will say, you didn't forgive, you didn't have mercy on them, even though they did something that was wrong. You didn't have, most I have mercy, long suffering. You didn't have mercy on them, so now take your place in the lake of fire. And then somebody that did have mercy, because most I have mercy and grace. We know he have mercy and grace on us, but we don't want to give mercy and grace, so what happens to us? When it's time for the judgment. The most I say, I gave all this mercy and grace to you. Just like the man that owed the king so much money, and the king let him go. Let him go. Then he went out and got somebody to choke him out about his money. Get my money, put him in jail or something. They told him, he said, hey man, you wicked servant, man. I'll let you slide. And you gonna go out there and get somebody that owe much less than you owe me? And you gonna do him like that? Get out of here. See, these are the examples that we have, man, in our admonition that we can go by, so we don't be like this. Read.
These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Ye blind guides which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel.
Wow. You blind guides. That's the people that's leading the people. The leaders, he's talking to the leaders now, which strain at a gnat. You know, gnat are real small, and swallow a dang camel. Read.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! When you make clean the outside of the cup.
Yeah, you make clean the outside of the cup. Read.
And of the platter.
And of the plate. Read.
But within they are full of extortion and excess.
Full of extortion and excess, man. Because you're milking the people. Just like the people are doing now, man. Milking us, man. With nothing but commerce. Nothing but commerce. They're using the people for whatever they can get out of them, instead of having something, collecting something so that we can help our people. Help our people. Help our people, as the Essenes did, as we read in Acts the 4th chapter earlier. And those that didn't, they gon' die. Mashiach Shai, when he comes back, he say, hey man, when I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. When I was hungry, you gave me some food. You visited me when I was sick. You inquired. You can't inquire if to visit someone if they sick. You don't know. You don't care. Your mind is all polluted with all the way of the world that you just care about yourself. Or you somebody in jail, you visit them, send them some information, or do something. You know them and then you just cast them out, man. That's not right. Read, if you have it. And one thing about our people, that little bit that you have, that you don't want to give or whatever, it's just a little bit. $1, $2. That's all you can afford. But then you're going to go out there and buy your beers, and your big bottle of wine costs almost $13. And you know what I mean? Or some $50, whatever. You buying your cigarettes, but you shouldn't be smoking. But you smoke. It's buying your weed. You shouldn't be smoking. This is what some of y'all know y'all doing. You and what else they be doing? I mean, you name it. They got money to do everything else. Like you said, they pay tithes. You leave out the weightier matters when there's some need of our people. Our people have needs. It's sad when somebody say, man, I don't have no socks. Got a jacket to be cold at night. Got a blanket, be cold at night. You don't have enough to be able to make sure that they have that. Even if you can go to the thrift store and get it. You know what I mean? Well, they're not capable of being there. That might be the only place that be. You look at the people that's poor like that, but there's some people in the hood, they don't leave their hood. They be there from year in and year out, man. They don't leave their hood. They ride around, they matter of car, they ride around their hood. Everything they need is right there in their hood, man. They don't go nowhere. So it's not like it's unusual. That's why he's saying these are blind guides, man. The leaders are not leading the people in the right way for salvation. Moshe would say, when you done it to me, you done it to the least of them, my brother, you done it unto me, man. You have to understand that should move you because it's more than just us. This ain't for you. Once you get it, then it's for somebody else to get it. Give to them. But they can come up on a high level of learning to be able to get ready for the kingdom of heaven. That's why you tell them, y'all ain't ready for no kingdom of heaven. You get one proselyte to make them worse than you going to be cast into hell. You're going to make sure that they be cast into hell with them. That's what he's saying, man. So you got to be aware of who it is that you're listening to and what you let go into your mind to be able to instruct you in a way that will be contrary to you making salvation, man, for yourself. That's why he call them hypocrites. Read.
Verse 27. Woe unto ye, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto white sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness.
Yeah, man. You defiled anyway when you're dealing with cleaning a grave site. You say on the outside it look all beautiful. It look all beautiful on the outside, but inside they're dealing with some wickedness. You better inform yourself about this wickedness. Know what's going on. Read.
Verse 28. Even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity.
That's right. They seem righteousness unto men. Everybody say, oh, I like that brother. That brother's teaching very well. But inside is some wickedness going on. Then when they come with the sins, you say, oh man, he let you down, because you hiked him up beyond the most high of Mashiach Yahushua, and you find out, they did some unrighteousness. Then next thing you know, you feel all bad because you done put him up on a higher than what he should have been. Verse 12.
Verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased.
You're gonna be brought down because you see in the exaltation coming to you. You better try and humble yourself. Read.
And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
This is what we want. We want the exaltation of who? The Most High. From the Most High. Not no man. So some of you could have your glory right now. This is all you got. Point blank. This is it. So enjoy it. After this, it's going to be the judgment. And the judgment is not going to be nice, man. Read.
Verse 30. Verse 29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites.
You see, you keep cutting them, man. The woe means destruction. Destruction to you, scribes and Pharisees. But all y'all think, I'm not checking out all this love. He's in their face telling woe to you, destruction unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. You know what a hypocrite is, right? What's a hypocrite?
The actual definition?
Yeah, I mean, just
my understanding is a stage actor.
Stage act?
Stage actor.
Stage actor.
Mm-hmm. A stage actor. That's the etymology of it.
Acting out something. Well, spiritually, how would you think it would be?
A hypocrite is like,
because you keep calling them hypocrites.
Right.
He already told us really what they do.
They portray to be righteous, but really they wicked.
Yeah. Right. Right. That's a hypocrite. That's why he said, look what he said. Verse 3.
Verse 3.
This is it right here.
All therefore whatsoever they bid you do observe.
Do observe, because they coming from the Bible, read.
That observe and do.
That observe and do, read.
But do not ye after their work.
But don't do what they do once the book is closed. Once they finish showing them what the law says, you see, and the prophet says. That's all they had was the law and the prophets, see what I'm saying? So once they show you what the law and the prophets say, and they close the book, or they go on their own, don't do what you see them doing. Read.
For they say and do not.
For they say and do not. There it is.
Yeah, that goes into the act. They
actors. Right. That's right. You're right. I'm just saying that's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
They say, but they ain't doing it themselves. That's why you go into all the things that they tell you to do, but they ain't doing nothing.
Right.
themselves. Hypocrites. Let's continue.
29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets, and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
Yeah, they claiming that they would not be partakers in the blood of the prophets. They wouldn't have been there to see the prophets' blood be shed. But these are the same ones that said concerning Mashiach what? Crucify him and let his blood be on us. The same ones. God? Yeah. Go ahead.
Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves,
You witness to yourself, he said, read.
that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
You're the children of them that killed the prophets. Come on.
Feed you up in the measure of your fathers.
You're in the measure of your fathers, read.
Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell?
See? You call them serpents, bunch of snakes, and generation of vipers. Not no nice words. You probably didn't have the words that we cussing people out now. I mean, but he telling them off. He already said, woe, destruction mean what? What destruction mean?
That involves death.
Death, right, God. Then he call them serpents and generation of vipers, man. Serpents. What we know about the serpent first?
Satan.
Satan, right where?
In the garden.
In the garden, right? He said, that's who you working with. You rolling with Satan. All of them. He said, you bunch of serpents, you vipers. Vipers is what? A poisonous snake, man. How can you escape the damnation of hell? He cut them real bad, man. Say, you can't escape the damnation of hell. So how all of this is going to be saved? Just something to put on your mind. He tell them how they going to escape the damnation of hell. How you going to escape from the Most High throwing your butt in the lake of fire? Read.
Verse 34. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets, and wise men, and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city.
You hear what he said? Are y'all in the spirit to see what he's saying? Behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city. That's what happened to the real men of the Most High. When I go over the lesson on the persecution of the prophets, it's deep, man. All the apostles were crucified. All of them. Every last one of them. One way or another. They killed him. And we read about John sending him out there in his old age to die on the island of Patmos. See what I'm saying? He was old when Mashiach gave him the vision in Revelation. That was like 90 to 96 AD. He was old. You see what I'm saying? He already was grown when the Mashiach died. He was at least 33 years old. There were no children. There was men when he walked the earth. You see what I'm saying? We fell in 70 AD. About 20 years later, Mashiach visited him in the spirit with the angel on the island of Patmos. 20 years later, he been on the island of Patmos. You understand what I'm saying? Sent him out there to die. All the rest of them they killed. That's why he's saying what he's saying. Persecute from city to city. Remember they told him, hey, you got 6 days to do all your miracles. Don't come up here on Sabbath day doing no miracles. Remember they threw the apostles where? In jail. In prison, man. And eventually they were crucified. And out of each one of their crucifixions, what they did to each one of them, man. Like he's saying they would do, they did it. Read.
Verse 35. That upon ye may come all the righteous bloodshed upon the earth.
Now, you tell me how all this is going to be saved when he's telling them this. He said, how can they escape the damnation of hell When he telling them this in their face, read.
From the blood of righteous Abel.
Look, he said from the who?
From the
The
blood. The blood.
Blood of who?
Righteous Abel.
So they going all the way back to who? Cain, who killed his brother Abel. Read.
Unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachias, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar.
So, do you understand this? Remember what they said? Verse 30. Remember what they said?
Verse 30. And say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
Yeah. But here it is, he telling them, y'all responsible for the blood of righteous Abel and the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachias. Put it on them. Why? Because they're the same ones that was doing it. Read. What did they say? I mean, they said, crucify Mathew and give us the murderer Barabbas and let his blood be on us and on our children. So all that they saying don't mean nothing. That's why he call them hypocrites, right? They say something and what? Don't do it. Right. Read.
Verse 36. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation.
All these things shall come upon this generation. Read.
O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as an hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not.
See? So I'll gather you, man. He'd put us under his wings, man. Psalm 91:4, man. Well, you can start at 1. Really. Psalm 91:1.
Psalms chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
That's right, man. Under the shadow of the Almighty, read.
I will say of the Most High, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust.
That's right. We only going to trust in the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, read.
Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence.
That's what we're going to be delivered from, this salvation that comes to us from the snare, the trap of the fowler, all these wicked entities that they have come up against us, and from the noisome pestilence, when the missiles be shot. Read.
He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust.
Now, this already was told to us. This is already here. When the Master is calling them vipers and serpents, you know what I mean? This is already here. You know what I mean? For us to look at. That's why he's saying what he's saying, read.
His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
See? That's right. That's it. This is what he's telling them. His truth, his law shall be our shield and buckler, our protection from the enemies and from all that hate us. You see what I'm saying? This is our protection by coming back to the Most High and following his rules and regulations, his laws, statute, commandments. That's our protection. Read.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 38. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth, till ye shall say, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Most High.
That's right, man. So you will see me no more till you see me coming in the clouds. 24.
And Yahushua HaMashiach went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to shew him the buildings of the temple.
So they came to show him the buildings of the temple, right? If we want to be, you know, shielded from the noisome pestilence, the missiles that's coming. But read, he's showing the building of the temples, read.
And Yahushua HaMashiach said unto them,
This is what he said to them. What he said.
See ye not all these things?
So you see all these things? You see all these things? They showed him the building of the temples, the buildings of the temples, they building the temples. So you see all these things, read.
Verily, I say unto you, There shall not be left here one stone upon another.
He said there should not be left here one stone upon another. Read.
That shall not be thrown down.
There shall what?
Not be thrown down.
He said there shall not be thrown down. Hear that? There shall not be thrown down. Get Ezekiel 38. And start at verse 19.
Ezekiel 38, verse 19.
Come.
For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken.
Hear that? In my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath, the Most High speaking. What did he say?
Surely in that day.
In that day, as Mashiach said, but he said ain't gonna be left a stone upon a stone. They showed him all these buildings, temples being built. He said ain't gonna be a stone upon a stone that shall not be what? Thrown down. He said, for in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Read.
Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel.
Yeah, there's gonna be a great shaking in the land of Israel. Read.
So that the fishes of the sea, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the field, and all creeping things that creep upon the earth, and all the men that are upon the face of the earth, shall shake at my presence. And the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground.
There it is. He said there'll be a great shaking in the land of Israel. Future prophecy is coming. It's coming, man. Go back to Matthew 24. So you let them know, ain't gonna be a building standing. Ain't gonna be no steep. No matter what they build, gonna be standing. It's all gonna be thrown down. Read. Verse
Matthew
3.
chapter 24, verse 3.
Come.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?
So when these things gonna be? Read.
And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
What's gonna be the sign of a Mashiach Yahushua coming? I mean, that's why I say we're so far advanced in where they were. If you really understand, because they asking him right here, what's gonna be the sign of him coming, right? Now listen what it says. Read. He gonna start telling them the signs of his coming.
And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world?
You know what?
And of the end of the world.
And of the end of the world. They was in the Roman world at this time. They gonna start giving them examples of what to expect for the end of the world. Read.
And Yahushua HaMashiach answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody lie to you. Read.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am HaMashiach, and shall deceive many.
Yeah, many gonna come and say they down with a Mashiach. They down with a Mashiach. They down with Yeshua. They down with Yeshaya. They down with Christ. They down with whatever name they use. Right? I am, in a Mashiach. Read. And shall deceive many. Many people gonna be deceived. Read.
Right. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
The end is not yet. So all these things he's giving them. Read.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow.
So now get Acts 1 and 6. He said all this here. Get Acts 1 and 6. He died and rose on the third day, walked the earth for 40 days. Now they asked him this question. Come on.
Acts chapter 1 verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
When they therefore were come together.
They came together. The apostles came together. They done heard this. And all the different, scriptures that we can look at pertaining to what to look forward in prophecy that Mashiach gave them when he was in the flesh on the earth, right? This is what they said.
They asked of him, saying, Master, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
That's it. Do it make sense? Why would they say that? All these things he just said, they asked him, what's going to be the sign of you coming back? All these things hadn't happened. Deuteronomy 28 had not happened, period. You see what I'm saying? We had went into slavery on slave ships. And all the things being cursed in the city as such. We just read about they sold houses and lands when? In Acts. We had, what he said in Luke 21:20 had not, when you see the city compassed with armies, know that the time of desolation is near, and fleeing to the mountain, fleeing to Africa. That hadn't happened. They still talking stuff. They still there like, hey, they hadn't received the Holy Spirit yet. They hadn't received the gift of the Holy Spirit yet. You understand? And he asked the Most High, through a Mashiach Yahushua, you gonna restore the kingdom to Israel? Because you've been back 40 days? Come on, man. That's why it's written for us. And we the ones that was created to call on the name of the Most High and come back to him. It's all written for us. Read on. Go back to Matthew 24. Y'all see that? It makes no sense. You see, all those things he just told us at the beginning of sorrow, wars and rumors of wars. Nation rising up against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Well, that wouldn't have been the Roman Empire. See, Romans took us down in 70 AD. Verse 9.
Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
You're going to be hated of all nations for Bahasham Mashiach Yahushua. Isn't that what Saul was doing? He was hating us for Bahasham Mashiach Yahushua. In the name of the Anointed Savior, he's hating us. Read.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
We see that right now. Many being offended by little or nothing. And shall betray one another and hate one another. Read.
And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many.
That's why you better know who you're dealing with. They say many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. Read.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Iniquity is sins, and wickedness shall abound. The love of many shall wax cold. People getting cold because they're not spiritually endowed with the law of the Spirit to know how to deal with each other. First and foremost, the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua did us. He said, love the Most High with all thy heart, mind, and strength, and love thy neighbor as thyself, right? All the law based upon the two principles, how we serve the Most High and how we serve each other. That's why it says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Read.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
You got to endure. The end is not here. You got to endure to the end. The same shall be saved from the enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Read.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Right. So this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Why does this gospel have to be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations for the end to come? What do you think?
So, ask that question again.
Say, why does the gospel of the kingdom of heaven have to be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end gonna come? Yeah.
Because Israel is scattered everywhere?
Speak up.
Because Israel is scattered everywhere?
Yeah, Israel scattered among all these nations. So it has to go out to the nations. Nation just means goyim, as they said in the Yiddish, and goyah in the ancient Hebrew, man. Just nation. We all nations. You know what I mean? We just the nation of the Hebrew Israelites. You see me? The 12 tribes of Israel. So it's got to go out among the nations because we scattered among the nations. Read. But he's going to Israel. Read.
Verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand.
So this abomination of desolation, what do you think that is?
Antiochus, Epiphanes.
But that already happened. That happened between Malachi. That happened between Malachi and
Right.
In Maccabees, right?
The besiege of Jerusalem and Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian.
That makes sense to me, right? That started in 65 AD. Whoso readeth, let him understand, read.
Then let them which be in Judea flee into the
When
mountains.
flee into the mountains mean what? Flee into Africa. That was like fleeing into the land of Ham, or Africa, read.
Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, and no, nor ever shall be.
Ooh, man. Listen. That's what you told to get on Luke 21 and 20. That's what he wants us here. Again.
Luke chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Right, so this is the same thing that he told us in Matthew 24, except he's given us a sign of what to look for. When you see the Roman armies, the so-called Italian Caucasians who were the superpower of the earth at this time, surrounding the city of Jerusalem, know that the time of desolation is nigh. And that's what he told us. This is what we see in Matthew 24. The same thing. You see what I'm saying? Only he gave us more in Luke to tell us, hey, when you see the Roman army surpass about, know that the desolation is nigh. Well, that's the abomination of desolation. You see what I'm saying? That's happening at that time. It's getting ready to happen between 65 and 70 AD, man. We was wiped out. Read on. Matthew 24.
Matthew 24. For verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Yeah. Except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Read.
Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Mashiach, or there believe it not. For there shall arise false Mashiachim, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Right. They're going to show great signs and wonders, man. If it was possible, they would deceive the very elect. And that's what's happening, man. You see all these things happening on the earth, man. The people locking into people, man. It's like, how did this happen? But it's saying right here. He said, if it were possible, they're going to be doing all these signs and wonders, man. Great signs and wonders. If you ain't seen things that's invisible, you haven't experienced things that Mashiach say he made that's visible and invisible, and see the things that are in this earth. When something phenomenal happen, man, people are going to be following that, man. Great signs and wonders. I've seen it. People locking into that, man, with no justification of it being from the Most High. And the right-hand side of a Mashiach Yahushua. You see? That's why it's very important to examine whoever and whatever you're going to be involved in, man. Make sure that it's really of the Most High. Because I mean, I have brothers, man, that was powerful. They ain't even believing in the truth no more. So it don't matter about where you at now. It's what it say, he that endureth to what? The end, the same shall be saved. So when people come up with this analysis of trying to be somebody and trying to act like it's from the Most High, better be aware. Like you say, many gonna come in my name. You shall deceive many. You don't want to be deceived. Read on.
Verse 25. Behold, I have told you before.
He said, he talking to you in the spirit. He said, behold, I told you before. Without me even looking at it, he's saying it. That's what he's saying. Behold, I have told you before. Read. Wherefore,
if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert.
He's out here in the desert. Mashiach Yahushua is in the desert. Read.
Go not forth.
Don't go where they saying to go. Read.
Behold, he is in the secret chamber.
It says he's over here in the secret chamber. Read.
Believe it not.
Don't believe him. Read.
For as the lightning cometh out of the east,
As lightning comes out of the east. Read.
and shineth even unto the west,
We're coming from the east all the way to the west. Read.
so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So also shall the Son of Man be. We ain't missing no lightning. Because you see that lightning, then what comes after that lightning? That powerful thunder, right? You ain't missing that lightning, man. It's dark and it lights up the whole sky. Oh yeah, you ain't missing that. Read.
For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together.
There it is, man. For wheresoever the carcass is dead bodies. When you see the most dead bodies, there will the eagles be gathered together. Give it a clear sign of what?
His return.
It's all about his return. I mean, but this verse, there shall, wherever you see the carcasses, there shall what be gathered together?
The eagles be gathered together.
Eagles be gathered together, right?
Uh-huh.
So he ain't saying it outright. I mean, he ain't just come out right and say it, but you got to know what's already written, right?
Right.
So you know you need to go, right?
Obadiah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Verse 4. Because you know, verse 1 says, the vision of Obadiah, thus say the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob concerning Edom. So verse 4. I got to say, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, saith the Most High. Okay? So he said that's where the eagle's going to be gathered. That's why he used analysis. Give me another analysis of, okay, who y'all know the Romans are who?
Edom.
Who are they precisely?
Italian Caucasian.
So-called Italian Caucasians.
Italian Caucasian.
Who are the Edomites, right? One of the Edomites, you know, people. Now, look at Matthew 11 and 11. So now, they were the superpower of the earth, right? Con?
Yeah.
So, Matthew 11 and 11.
Matthew 11:11.
Con.
Verily I say unto you,
Mm-hmm.
among them that are born of women, there hath not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he.
Right. So, he said, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than John the Baptist. But before him, there had not risen anyone greater than him. Read. Listen at this closely. Read.
And from the days of John the Baptist unto now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence.
So the kingdom of heaven is within us, the children of Israel. And we were suffering violence. Listen what it say.
And the violent take it by force.
And the violent take it by force. So the violent is talking about what?
The so-called Italian Caucasian. Edom, the Romans.
Yeah. So what are they?
The violent.
Huh?
The violent.
The violent. Right? Take it by force. But if you don't know that, then what does that mean? You see what I'm saying? That don't mean anything. But he could have said the Romans taking us by force, but he didn't do that. But he called them violent. Take us by force. That's why he's talking about what's getting ready to happen. The abomination of desolation is going to happen to us, you know, between 65 AD and 70 AD. That's why the Bible ends at 65 AD. We was at war at that time. Dealing with what he's telling us going to happen. When you see those armies, what armies you think going to compass Jerusalem?